forward the WhatsApp link. Okay. I hope audio and video are clear. Let me know. Okay. Essential Commodities Act invoked. So actually, EC Act. Of course, Essential Commodity Act was formulated in 1955. Of course, in course of time, it was subjected to amendments, and Modi government actually 2 years ago, by passing the farm laws, they have repealed this. So one of the provision in the farm laws was the repealing of EC Act, and you people know that farm laws were not implemented. So because of various reasons, I mean, especially farmers protested in North India, and even they have stopped all the roads into the Delhi. Okay, and even I think yesterday also they have observed one day protest with regard to the minimum support price. They want to see that, I mean, minimum support price should be, I mean, favorable to farmers. And even we have discussed the last class that even government of India has constituted a commission to review the minimum support prices maybe 15 days ago, if I am not wrong. Okay. So, yeah. See, Essential Commodities Act, the aim of this act is to see that the traders will not involve in hoarding of essential, I mean, commodities like rice, dals, oils, and even the kerosene earlier days, and also petrol, diesel, etc. Okay. Yeah. So in I mean recent days, maybe 2 days ago, Center has invoked the Essential Commodities Act 1955 in order to contain the price rise in tur dal. Contain means to minimize or not, or at least to see that it will not increase. So long back also I was saying that in spite of less demand for tur dal, its price is increasing. In spite of imports from Kenya, Tanzania, and Burma, the price of tur dal is increasing. One reason is psychology, because this year tur growing areas like Gulbarga and adjoining areas, who are the leading producers of this tur, so witnessed enormous rainfall, so by which sowing was affected. All the grains which have sown could not germinate it, because they will get spoiled because of high water. So now, because of psychology, as the next crop will be less, automatically the people, especially the millers, will not release the stock. Means they will not sell. They will say that No, we are not having the stock. Yeah, because I was into that business. I used to say the same thing, and generally I used to away from the phone when the price was rising like anything. So in that period there were no cell phones, only land phones. Now cell phone. Okay. So one reason is this year sowing is very less, or sowing is not less. The sowing has been subjected to harm because of enormous rainfall in the red gram growing areas of Gulbarga. Even the Gulbarga tour is having the GI tag. To that point you have to remember. It is called as Kalaburgi. That Kalaburgi is having the GI tag for the red gram. They will call it as the Togri. Togri. In Kannada, it is called as the Togri. In Telugu, Kandulu. In Hindi, Tuvar or Arhar. Okay? Yes. So, for Tuvar, GI tag is for the Kalaburgi region or Gulbarga region in the Karnataka. Yeah. So because of that, the price rise has, because of that, the price has increased. What is the other reason for the increase in price rise of these Tuvar? See, all of a sudden, they will not increase. It is a long, lasting effect. Actually, year by year, the area under red gram is decreasing. So one reason is people are not eating dal daily, unlike the earlier days, and even many people have converted into non-vegetarians. Instead of tur dal, they will go for egg or chicken or mutton or any other things. Okay, one reason. Second reason, what happened, we have shifted from our traditional foods. Okay. So earlier, what was our food? Dal rice, dal rice. Now we are having many things, substitutes. Even the packed foods, which are called as convenience food. That is the other reason. Then the next reason is the farmers are not sowing tur dal or not cultivating, tur, not dal. Dal is processed. Tur is processed in the mill to get the dal. It takes nearly at least 48 hours to convert tur into dal. At least 48 hours. Okay? Yes. Okay. Now, the reason is other crops are having good MSP. Good MSP. Other crops are having good MSP. And even other crops are having less risk compared to this tur dal. Take the example of maize. Maize. As the commercial application of maize is increasing, now maize is used as the poultry feed in the manufacture of vodka. That is, of course, biodiesel, refined, it will give the vodka. So vodka is consumed by human beings and biodiesel by the vehicles. Okay. And your cornflakes, popcorn, and nowadays they are also manufacturing the oil. As soon as when maize was used to manufacture oil, and when the price of palm oil in the international markets has increased, suddenly the price of maize also increased. I think in the last 1 year, the maize has increased by nearly 60%, if I am not wrong, from all the way from 14, 15 rupees to now it is more than 25 rupees. Okay. So again, the yield of this, maize is more 40, at least 30 to 35 bags in 1 acre. Very easily. I am talking very easily without any, abnormal hard work. And even its stack is also having lot of value. The stack of maize is used as a cattle field, which is called as kutti in Hyderabad. Kutti. Understand? Okay. So when you come to the tur, it is having problem with the pest. It is highly vulnerable to the pest. And to control the pest, the farmers are forced to sprinkle, costly pesticides. So for all these reasons, so instead of taking all the risk, simply without risk, they are going for the maize. And wherever the water is available, they are going for the paddy, because paddy always will have the demand. In spite of India, one of the largest producer of paddy, the supply is adequate. just adequate. Maybe 5 or 6% or very hardly. We are having 10% of paddy output more than our requirements, more than our domestic requirement. So these are all reasons for the increase in price of tur dal. And in my personal opinion, these prices may not come down in the near future because already this year's crop has damage. You may have very less crop, and even the sowing is also very less in the tur producing areas. Okay, yes. Okay. Now again, other reason, if you have a practical approach, is whenever the vegetable prices increases, if the vegetable prices are beyond certain limits, then people will shift for dal. That is common mentality. People will shift for dal or again egg. So daily they cannot consume dal, they cannot consume egg. So alternatively they will use andi. So whenever the vegetable prices are more, even it will have adverse impact on the tur dal. Okay. Yes. Essential Commodities Act invoked. Center has invoked the Essential Commodities Act 1955 in order to contain the price rise in tur dal. Tur dal prices are rising mid-July, and there are also reports of traders creating artificial supply scarcity. So automatically, because the traders will not sell, they know what is the reality. When I was doing my business, I was always watching the sowing area and what is the percentage of crop expected, whether 50% or 60%. Based on that, we used to release our stock. Yes. The center has asked the states to monitor and verify the stocks which is available with the traders. Government is holding 38 lakh tons of pulses to augment stocks available in the market. See, so government is having 38 lakh tons of pulses. So all the it may be imported grains or maybe procured. Again, the problem with the pulse stock. So in practical, in general, okay. See, when you come to the paddy, when government procures paddy this year, even if they convert the paddy into rice, I mean next year also, no problem, because old paddy, that is old rice, is better than the new rice. So new rice is called as raw rice because old rice will give you more quantity. It will take more water. The final rice will be at least 1.5 amount or sometimes double also. Of course, you people will not have such kind of good ideas. Okay? Yes. But when you come to the pulses, old pulses are not encouraged by the people. They will not take old dal. Rarely they will use the old dal to make some sweets as it's absorbed more sugar. What do you say, that sugar liquid? That's all. Okay? So that point you have to remember. Now, inflation target breach. RBI committee will meet to draft report monetary policy committee. Okay. So actually what happens, from almost all, from 3 quarters, the RBI's target inflation of 6% has been breached. Now almost all it is more than 70%, sorry, more than 7%. So according to our system, whenever for 3 consecutive quarters, if the inflation is more than 6%, then they have to report to the government because it is beyond their limits. So what is the target of RBI? Is 6%. Actually 4 plus or minus 2. The inflation target of RBI's monetary policy is 4 plus or minus 2. But now it is high. But compared to other countries, the condition of India is far better. There is no doubt in it. No doubt in it. Even many items in India are affordable for the poor. And even actually what is happening, even the purchasing capacity of Indians is also good. And even the daily wages around the country has increased like anything, which are not less than 500 rupees, even in the rural areas also. Okay? Yes. Monetary Policy Committee will be convened to discuss the report that RBI has to submit to the government. This will be to explain to the government why the headline CPI inflation rate has remained over 6% for 3 consecutive quarters. The government amended RBI Act of 1934 to introduce monetary policy framework agreement in 2016. As per the framework, if in 3 consecutive quarters the inflation remains over 6%, why 6%? It is the monetary target of RBI, 6% level. Then the central banker has to submit a report to the central government. Then the then government will come into picture. They may see what is the reason. Now, again, the problem to India, I mean, not only India, but throughout the world is now China, it seems that it cannot produce the goods at a cheaper rate. They themselves are in trouble, it seems. Some regions are flooding, some regions are in drought. And even some regions are facing the COVID-19 also. The government is strictly implementing the containment of COVID-19 norms. Okay? Yeah. The inflation rates for January-March quarter was 6.34, and for the April-June quarter was 7.28, and for July it was 6.71. Compared to the last quarter, to some extent, inflation was eased. It is only because of the fall in the crude oil prices, all the way from $130 to it has came down below $100, if I am not wrong. It is now around 90. If crude oil falls further in course of time, it may occur. It may occur. Why it may occur? The whole world is facing the recession. Okay? Automatically, the crude will fall. Then India will be the beneficiary of that fall. There is no doubt in it. But it may have, I mean, adverse impact on the other also. Who knows? The time will tell. Okay? Now the whole world is single family. If one person is having the, if one country is sneezing, automatically other country has to cough. If other country is sneezing and coughing, of course other country will have the fever. No doubt in it. We have pursued that heat when Russia attacked Ukraine, when all the way the crude, jumped like anything to $130 per barrel. Okay. Yes. Though RBI will be knowing the inflation rate for the quarter ending in September by October 12th, the inflation outlook published by it has pegged the rate at 7.1%. So they are thinking that even in the coming quarter also, the inflation may not be below 6%. It will be nearly 7. But in my personal opinion, so as far as inflation is concerned, compared to other countries, India's position is far, 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 far better. No doubt in it. Okay. Why I am saying this is, you can see many states are earning money by the revenue generated by selling the liquor. Liquor is after all not an essential commodity. Of course, for some people it may be essential. Who knows? But not for all. So as people are having such kind of purchasing capacity, why they will not spend that amount for food grains or their milk, etc. See, there is continuous rise in price of milk. So we cannot blame the milk producers. What happened? The cattle feed has increased. Inputs like power has increased. And transportation cost has increased because of rise in crude oil prices. Every item of automobile sector has increased as we are not getting the items from China or other producing countries because of logistic problems. So keeping all this in mind, in my personal opinion, so we may not face any harm in the future with regard to inflation. Okay? Yes. So this is with regard to the RBI, and they want to submit their report to the government of India. No. Income tax payers cannot join APY from October 1st. APY is nothing but Atal Pension Yojana. Atal Pension Yojana. Earlier, income tax payers were also getting the benefit of Atal Pension Yojana. It is a good idea of government, because income tax payers can go for the private pension policies. They can see they are having the capacity to pay the premium. Why they should survive on the money of the government? So instead of the rich people, the needy should be. The needy should get benefit of this program. That is the idea of the government. The central government will bar income tax payers from availing of Atal Pension Yojana from the 1st October. This has been done to ensure that the benefits will reach the underprivileged. Yes, the needy should be the beneficiary. That is the need of the hour. Not all the people. The people who are roaming in the car should not have this kind of things. Okay? Yes. When you come to the Atal Pension Yojana, it was launched in 2015. Is available for citizens in the age group of 18 to 40 years. Contribution to the scheme can be monthly, quarterly, or half-yearly. You have to contribute. Again, government will contribute. After a certain age, maybe 58 or 6 years, you will be given some sort of pension. you try to have complete idea of this Atal Pension Yojana. Based on the contribution, get a guaranteed monthly pension of rupees 1,000 to 5,000 per month on turning 60 years. On the death of the person, the spouse would receive the pension, and on death of both, the nominee will receive the corpus. Okay, so it is a social security scheme. If one person dies, other person will get the benefit. If both the family member, wife and husband dies, then child will be the beneficiary. So child will not be given the monthly pension. He or she will be given the corpus. What is the meaning of corpus? It will be untouched. Only from the interest accrued from that corpus, it would be, that amount will be, given to the boy or girl. So only the interest accrued from the corpus is dispersed, to that boy or girl, because he will be generally minor. If he is major, the thing may be, otherwise. Government incurs a certain amount of subsidy under this. Lower interest rates in future would mean the center has to bear a higher burden. Okay, it is with regard to the same issue. It is primarily aimed at covering the unorganized sector and does not seek any income tax exemption. Yes, very important. Atal Pension Yojana is not having any sort of income tax exemption. That point also you have to remember. The subscribers already have to make a declaration if they pay income tax. The subscribers who join after 1st October and are IT payers, then their accounts will be closed and the accumulated wealth would be given to subscribers. So the subscribers who join after 1st October, so their money will be returned. So before that, it is normal. So yes. Okay. So one nation, one fertilizer scheme. So actually, one nation, one fertilizer scheme is for the fertilizer. See, you are having the DAP, diammonium phosphate, urea, other things. The government is giving the, subsidy. The central government is giving the subsidy. That point you have to remember. Fertilizer subsidy is given by the central government. Now, what they ordered that on that bag with big logo, that scheme should be mentioned. That scheme should be mentioned. So even they want to market their policy. It is like, marketing the items by the private companies. Even government also wanted to market their program. The Ministry of Chemical and Fertilizers has announced that it has been decided to implement one nation, one fertilizer by introducing a single brand for fertilizers and logo under the fertilizer subsidy scheme named Pradhana Mantri Bharatiya, Janurvarak Pariyojana. Under one nation, one fertilizer, companies are allowed to display their name, brand, logo, and other relevant product information only on 1/3 space. In 2/3 space, the program of government. First is Bharat. Under that, the scheme. On the remaining 2/3 space, the Bharat brand and Pradhana Mantri Bharatiya Jan Urvarak Pariyojana logo will have to be shown. The single brand name for urea, diammonium phosphate, and muriate of potash and nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium, NPK, etc. would be Bharat Urea, Bharat DAP, Bharat MOP, Bharat NPK, etc. Respectively for all fertilizer companies, state trading entities, and fertilizer marketing entities. This scheme applies to both public and private sector companies, both government companies and also private companies. Possible drawback: it will disincentivize fertilizer companies because fertilizer companies are private companies. Now, if they want to increase their brand value, what they will do? They will manufacture good fertilizer. Now what is happening? Their logo is becoming very small, and government logo is becoming big. So they will not show much interested to just manufacture good fertilizer. Who knows? They will now be reduced to contract manufacturers and importers for the government. It will disincentivize fertilizer companies from undertaking marketing and brand promotion activities. Currently, in case of any bag or batch of fertilizers not meeting the required standards, the blame is put on the company. But now that may be passed on fully to the government. Of course, this is wrong. In my opinion, this point is wrong. Why? Why? Because even on the one side, even on the one third, the company's name is there. If anything is wrong, then we can hold the corner of the company. So this point is wrong. Now, see, you are having MOU with regard to Kushiara River. Kushiara. Kushiara. MOU between India and the Bangladesh. Understand? So you try to remember Kushiara River. What are the key highlights of the memorandum of understanding? It was finalized during the 30th meeting of the ministerial level. From a long period, it was pending. Joint River Commission of India and Bangladesh, where water resource ministries of ministers of India and Bangladesh will participate. Joint Rivers Commission of India and Bangladesh. It welcomed the finalization of the design and location of the water intake point on Feni River. We are taking the water from Feni River to a town in the Tripura. Feni River to meet the drinking water needs of Sabroom town in Tripura as per the October 2019 India-Bangladesh MOU. We had earlier MOU of that Feni River. Now we are going to implement. Further, the discussion was held on a number of ongoing bilateral issues of mutual interest because there are n number of rivers which are flowing between India and Bangladesh, including Brahmaputra and also our Ganga, many rivers. Issue of mutual interest, including water sharing of common rivers, sharing of flood data, addressing river pollution, conducting joint studies. See, if you completely pollute the river and if you leave the water to the Bangladesh, over, because it is a downstream country. So pollution in the Bangladesh river will not affect India, but the pollution in the Indian rivers may impact the in Bangladesh. Conducting joint studies on sedimentation management. You know what is meant by sedimentation? Why these rivers will have more sedimentation compared to the South Indian rivers? Why North Indian rivers are having more? Okay. So North Indian rivers are having more sedimentation because the rivers will flow at a higher velocity, higher altitude. So they will have more erosive power. They will cut from the hillocks and just sediment in the plain lands. Whereas South Indian rivers, they are originating at lesser altitude. No issue with regard to erosion. Okay, which we have discussed in our routine geography classes. Yes, Swati Garu and also Panindra. Okay, yes. Okay. Now, joint studies of sedimentation management, river bank protection, etc. What is Joint Rivers Commission? The Joint Rivers Commission of India and Bangladesh was constituted in the year 1972 as a bilateral mechanism to address issues of mutual interest on common, border, transboundary rivers. So just now I told you there are many rivers, so which flow from India to Bangladesh. The JRC headed by water resource ministries of both countries. Significance. It is commencing after a long gap of 12 years, although technical interactions and the framework of JRC have continued in the interim period. As India and Bangladesh share 54 rivers, of which 7 have been identified earlier for developing the framework of water sharing agreements on priority. Don't try to remember this number. Approximation is sufficient. Outcomes. It discussed the whole gamut of issues related to the common rivers between the two countries, especially the Ganges, Tista, Manu, Muhuri, Kovai, Gumti, Darla, of course. So many rivers. I am listening these words first time, though I will teach the geography. Because India is gifted with thousands of rivers. Every tributary is having other tributary. Okay? Yes. Apart from this, the exchange of flood-related data and information, river bank protection works, joint basin management, and the Indian River Interlinking Project was discussed in detail. It is very important for Bangladesh rather than India. Okay? If we suddenly release the water from Hooghly to the Bangladesh, that is where it is called by Padma, then what happens? Over. Padma andro, Jamuna andro. Padma. Okay. It agreed to undertake some more common rivers for the exchange of data. What are the key points of Kushiara River? So actually, Kushiara River is a distributary of Baraka River. Barak River. So what is Barak River? It is a big river. At this point, it is getting into bifurcated. It is not a tributary. It is a distributary. That point you have to remember. What is the meaning of tributary? If a small river joins the other river, it is called as a tributary. What is distributary? If if a river, divides, it is called as distributary. See, generally, if a river goes to the ocean, it will, bifurcate, like Ganga, extremely sorry. Like Godavari getting into 7 parts, 7 streams, and Vainateya, Vasishta, etc. Yes, okay. So try to remember this. So, Barak, it is a distributary of Barak River. Kushiara is the distributor of Barak River. Okay, now the Kushiara River is a distributor river in Bangladesh and Assam. It forms on the India-Bangladesh borders as a branch of the Barak River, not tributary. It is a distributary. When the Barak separates into the Kushiara and Surma, you can see here. This is the Kushiara. This is the Surma. Now, it forms on the India-Bangladesh border as a branch of the Barak River. When the Barak separates, yes, the waters of the Kushiara pick up tributaries from Manipur, Mizoram, and Assam. So, the Kushiara is having the tributaries from the Manipur, Mizoram, and Assam. So, Indian rivers are feeding it. The Kushiara rejoins with the Surma at Markuli in Ajmer. Of course, there is no need to remember this. At least you remember Kushiara, and also try to remember the Feni River, because from that river we are taking water to Tripura. Yeah. Now, what are the key facts about Feni River? The Feni River, also known as Feni Nodi in Bengal, forms part of the India-Bangladesh border. It originates in South Tripura district, passes through Sabroom town of the Indian side, and meets the Bay of Bengal after it flows into Bangladesh. It has great agricultural importance for the people living in the towns near to this river. This river is also the source of their livelihood. Automatically, every river is the source of livelihood for many people, though which they obtain a number of benefits like watering their crops with its water and also using the water for their regular use. Maitri Setu, try to remember, a 1.9-kilometer long bridge over Feni River is constructed in Tripura to link India and Bangladesh. Maitri Setu means friendship bridge. Yes, so that is about the Kushiara River and also Feni River. And try to remember the organization. JRC, okay? JRC, Joint Rivers Commission of India and Bangladesh. That is sufficient. Now, Smart India Hackathon. So, Smart India Hackathon is nothing but to test the skills of the people, not in the routine subjects. Not in the routine subjects. Okay? Yes. The Prime Minister of India addressed the grand finale of Smart India Hackathon. Just remember hackathon. What is the Smart India Hackathon? Smart India Hackathon 2022 via video conference. See, now online has become new normal. everything virtual. If I want to take coaching, I mean from some other institution, virtual. Even I took classes from Brahma Kumaris through virtual. Yes, virtual mode of classes. Okay. So I don't know what happens in future. Everything will become virtual. Okay. The Prime Minister of India addressed the grand finale of Smart India Hackathon 2022 via video conferencing. What is the Smart India Hackathon? Smart India Hackathon was started in the year 2017. Smart India Hackathon is a nationwide initiative to provide students with a platform to solve some of the pressing problems we face in our daily life and thus incubate a culture of product innovation and a mindset of problem solving. Means we wanted to create the innovative ideas, which is the need of the hour. Okay? Yes, not our routine studies. Smart India Hackathon has been conducted every year since 2017 in two formats: SAS software and SAS hardware. Editions for higher education students. For higher education students, of course, now government is planning even to start for the Hackathon Junior for the younger people. Okay, the first four editions, SAS 2017, SAS 2018, 2019, and 20 proved to be extremely successful in promoting innovation out of the box thinking in young minds, especially engineering students from across India. Actually, what is happening in our engineering stream? We are not involved in practical. If you are involving in more and more practical, definitely you will get innovative ideas. Earlier, only so bricks were manufactured with mud. Later, of course, cement bricks. In course of time, now we are having the fly ash bricks. In future, who knows? Even we may get the plastic interlocking bricks. Wherever you want, you will shift your house, like rubber dam on the river Janjavati, very near to the Srikakulam. If I am not wrong, it may happen. Who knows? Anything may happen. Okay. Yes. Now, Smart India Hackathon is an initiative by the Ministry of Education, All India Council for Technical Education, Persistent System and Interinstitutional Inclusive Innovation Center. So, see, whenever you are writing in mains with regard to human resource development, you can address this. You can use this data, at least program, that is sufficient. Aim, it's aimed to incubate the culture of product innovation, problem solving, and out of the box thinking among students. Yes, no doubt in it. If you are given a puzzle, if you are into that puzzle, maybe slowly, but you will try to answer the puzzle. If you are not interested, then you will not do anything. SAS 2022, the number of teams registered for SAS has seen a fourfold growth from around 7500 in the first edition to about 29,600 in the ongoing fifth 2022 edition. So excellent participation, multi-fold participation. More than 15,000 students and mentors are traveling to the 75 nodal centers to take part in the SAS 2022. No need to remember these statistics. Just you can write in the mains. The participants have increased multi-fold. If you want to go on, mugging up these statistics, one fine day, I know where you will be. Very to that Y junction, there is a hospital. Okay. Yes. Now, including optical character recognition of temple inscriptions. Yes, even not only science and technology, including our rich heritage and culture. Till today, IBC script is not deciphered. Who knows? These people may decipher, and next year I have to change my notes to teach the IBC. Okay, optical character recognition of temple inscription and translation in Devanagari scripts. IoT enabled risk monitoring system in cold supply chain for perishable food items. Yes. What is cold supply chain? The best example for you people is the ice cream. How ice cream is transported from the factory to the wholesaler, cold supply chain, completely in the refrigerated van. That is called as the cold chain logistic. Cold chain logistic. Now India is having abnormal potential in the logistic business. No doubt in it. Okay? Yes. This year, Smart India Hackathon Junior has also been introduced as a pilot for school students to build a culture of innovation and develop problem-solving attitude at the school level. That is a good idea. Now, the the way of education has become like just mugging up the things. They are aiming only the marks, not the subject. That's all. Whatever the answer is written by their teacher or dictated by their teacher, they will try to just produce in the class, in the examination. That's all. If teacher puts 1 or 2 marks less, they will go and ask, whatever you said, I wrote. Why you have not given full marks? I used to do the same thing when I was in high school. Okay? Including full stops and commas also. Yeah, okay. So this is about the hackathon. So you can write, you can use this to address the steps taken by the government. So with regard to human resource development, Smart India Hackathon. Now, Bhitarkanika National Park. Bhitarkanika National Park. Why this was in the news last week? Bhitarkanika National Park. Anybody from online? By this time, you will take the help of Google. Bhitarkanika. Okay, no issue, Andy. So actually, what is happening in this national park? The population of crocodiles has increased like anything. So automatically, one crocodile has to prey on the other because they are animals. They can do. Why not? Why not? Because even we are doing that. What is the meaning of a murder? When tiger kills a man, it is called as murder. No. When a man when a human being kills other human being, it is called as murder. So when we people having complete knowledge, if you are killing means automatically there is no wrong in crocodile to kill other crocodile. So now, when you come to this Bhitarkanika National Park, it is very important. It is the second largest mangrove in India. Second largest mangrove in India. Now, which is the first largest mangrove in India? My dear online students, which is the first largest mangrove? First largest mangrove is, yes, Sundarban. In which state? West Bengal. Yes, yes. Yes, Sundarbans in the West Bengal. Okay. And we have discussed that Sundarbans will have unique forests which are called as the mangrove forests. That forest can sustain in the saline waters. And even Bengal tiger is also unique to that ecosystem. Okay. Yes. We have discussed that several times. Now what is happening here is, yes, more number of crocodiles. Okay. And even there is continuous conflict between man and crocodile. It is said that 50 people were killed by crocodiles in the last 10 years because it is a organism which will survive both on land and also water. That is terrestrial aquatic animal. Terrestrial aquatic animal. And even it will come onto the land and try to sleep under sun to gain the free vitamin. What is that free vitamin? D. Yes, vitamin D. So when some person moves around that, then that person may become dinner or lunch or snacks for that crocodile. If the crocodiles are 2 or 3 in, or even what happened, it is also said that 25 crocodiles were also killed by the human beings. Yes, 3 or 4 members, holding the offensive, weapons. They may kill crocodile also. Who knows? Okay. So now government is trying to address all these issues. The Bhitarkanika National Park have reached a saturation point in the population of crocodile, which could lead to more human-crocodile conflict. Human crocodile, they may attack us, we may attack them. Who knows? Yes. Bhitarkanika National Park is spread in a vast area of 672 kilometers in Orissa. It is the second largest mangrove ecosystem of India. Just now I told you which is the first, that is the Sundarban. The national park is essentially a network of creeks. What is the meaning of creeks? A open land. So Kerala is having large number of creeks. So in these creeks there is salt water. Okay. The national park is essentially a network of creeks and canals which are inundated with water from rivers Brahmani, Baitarani, Damra and Patasala, forming a unique ecosystem. Yes, by rivers also, and even very near to the ocean. And we have discussed in our routine classes, whenever the ocean water, whenever the river water try to join with the ocean water, they will not join so easily because of the difference in the water density. And that place is called as, what is the name of that place where the river water will struggle to join with the ocean water? What is that place called? Yes, estuary. Estuary. In India, eastern part or western part, which part are having more estuaries? West flowing rivers make estuaries or east flowing rivers make estuaries? My dear old students, west flowing rivers will make estuaries or east flowing rivers will make estuaries? Yes, west flowing rivers. Okay, west flowing rivers will make the estuaries like Narmada, Tapati. You are having many west flowing rivers. Yes, yes, yes. Okay. Now, its its proximity to Bay of Bengal makes the soil of the area enriched with salt. The vegetation and the species of the sanctuary is comprised of those which are mainly found in the tropical and subtropical intertidal regions. You know what is meant by tides? Whenever under the influence of gravitational force of moon and because of centrifugal force of earth, we will discuss that in our routine classes. Maybe tomorrow or next Sunday you may encounter the tides. The water will move towards the coast. So automatically the water will enter into the land, and they may not get drained away if there is no proper drainage is there. So automatically the area will be converted into saline. Yes. See, coastal regions, valuable agricultural lands are getting degraded. Their pH is getting altered. Why? Because of these tides. Okay? Yes. And okay, it is a breeding place for the saltwater crocodiles. See, Gahirmata Beach. See, for what Gahirmata Beach is famous? It is famous for the migration of Ridley turtle. They will come and lay eggs and go away. But always in tension when they are moving, like you people, always in tension. Why? The tortoise will be in tension with regard to her eggs. Understand? Alanandi. Okay? The Gaharimata beach, which forms the boundary of the sanctuary in the east, is the largest colony of the olive ridley sea turtles. The other unique phenomena is the Bagagahana or the Heronry near Surajpur Creek. Thousands of birds also coming, turtles also coming, and a home for the crocodiles. Unique biodiversity. Thousands of birds colonize the creek from nesting, and the aerial acrobatics performed prior to mating make for an impressive sight. You know what is meant by acrobatic? They will move like anything, up, down, like planes on the occasion of 26th January or near Dundigal. The pilots will be involving in acrobats. Suddenly they will come down. Suddenly they will again take off. You will think that it will fall on your head. And that person know that you are not having the head. There is no doubt in that. Okay. Yes, just for fun. Don't think otherwise. Now, so Bhitarkanika is also home to 8 varieties of kingfisher birds. Kingfisher birds, which is also a rarity. What are the issues? So just now I told you, man-crocodile conflict. Almost 50 people have been killed by crocodiles since 2012 in and around the park, while 25 crocodiles died during the same time after entering human settlements or getting caught in fishing nets. Now, territorial reptile. Crocodile is a territorial aquatic reptile. Just now I told you. Even it wanted land and also water. You can see in the YouTube. Crocodile will nest not in the water. That is very important. On the land only. It will hatch eggs under a tree or somewhere or somewhere otherwhere. When the eggs get hatched, it will carry that small crocodiles. What you say in the science side? Of course, I don't know. In the mouth, they will not eat. They will carry in the mouth and release in the water. Have you seen in the YouTube or National Geographical Channel? ठीक है. Crocodile is terrestrial aquatic reptile. That means too many crocodiles can't live in a small area as there will be increased competition for food. Mating partners, and basking site. What is the meaning of basking sites? Doctor is the right person to answer. It is nothing but sunbath. Just now I told you, this crocodile will come on the land and take the free vitamin D from the sun. That is called as the sunbath. Basking sites. Why we are not having the sufficient vitamin D? Because you will wake up at 8 o'clock. Suddenly by 8:30 you will be in school. And until 3:30 you will be in the school only. After 4 you will come to the house. No playing, nothing. From where you will get the vitamin D? So it is the reason why we people are having the deficiency of vitamin D. We are unable to even take the free vitamin from the sun also. And the person who is working all in the hot sun, so they will have excess, vitamin D, and even it is also not good. They will develop one sort of disease. Of course, I am not the right person to teach that. Okay, ठीक है. Now, food basking sites. You try to remember such kind of technical words. Historical perspective. The Union Ministry of Forest and Environment in 1991 had directed the State Forest Department to stop the crocodile rearing program in Bhitarkanika due to the saturation point reached by crocodile population. However, the government stopped funding for the crocodile breeding and rearing practice in 1990. Further, the Forest Department had stopped the crocodile breeding and release program in 1995 in the park, as the crocodile population had reached around 1,000 from 94 in 1975. So they have to take alternative steps. They have to release in the natural wild or some other place where there are no crocodiles. Of course, what is crocodile conservation project? When you want to address any environmental issue with regard to crocodile, you have to address by using this organization. The Crocodile Conservation Project in Bhitarkanika was started in 1975. Its main objective was to protect the reptiles, natural habitats, and to rebuild the population quickly through captive breeding. You know what is meant by captive breeding? Under control situation. And we will save them from the invasion of other things. That is called as captive. What is breeding in wild? Only like, take the example of Project Tiger in Srisalam. It is not, I think it is not captive. It is breeding in wild. The tiger will roam on the roads like anything you can see. Krishnama? Yes. Since Odisha is recognized for the existence of all the 3 species of Indian crocodile, the gharial and saltwater crocodile conservation program was first implemented in Odisha in early 1975 and subsequently. So that is, sufficient. Now, GI tag for Mithila Makhana. What is meant by Makhana? So Makhana is, if you go to any supermarket, Reliance Smart, D-Mart, any supermarket, more, because I don't want to become a brand ambassador for a single supermarket. If you go to any supermarket, including Vijayata, Ratnadeep, you can find this Makhana in small packets. Okay? And it is, excellent food. Yeah, very nice. Full Makhana, yeah. Okay. As it is an item of consumption, many people are eager to answer the question. Okay? Yeah. GI tag, geographical indication tag for Mithila Makhana. See, of course, just now I told you, the region Kalaburgi in Karnataka is having GI tag for the sugar. Yes, it deserves that. It deserves that. The taste of dal will be like anything because we will consume only that dal, the Kalburgi dal, because we are very near and even we will also produce the same tour. Okay? Yes. Now, the government has recently awarded the GI tag to Mithila Makhana. The movie is expected to help growers get the maximum price for their premium produce. Why? Other persons cannot sell with this name. Like, see, I mean, Tirupati Laddu is having the GI tag, you know. So I cannot sell the Tirupati Laddu. If I involve in that, then I will be under bars for after some time. That's all. It is a criminal offense. Once GI tag is given, it is valid for 10 years. We are giving GI tag honoring the World Trade Organization's guidelines, intellectual property rights, etc. Yeah. So this is, I mean, Makhana. Whenever you go to the supermarket, try to take this and enjoy. And I don't know how to cook. Okay. Okay, I will try to see that in the YouTube. Okay. What is understood by a GI tag? So geographical indication is an indication used to identify goods having special characteristic originating from a different geographical territory. We have discussed several times, and even one Nadaswaram in Tamil Nadu is given the GI tag. We have discussed in the maybe 4 weeks ago. Every item which is used in manufacture of that musical instrument so derives locally. Yes, Swati Garu. So Narasinga Pettai, exactly correct. Swati Itapu. Arthmainda? Samajh mein aaya? Okay? Yes. The Geographical Indications of Goods Registered and Production Act 1999 seeks to provide for the registration and better protection of geographical indication relating to goods in India. It is governed and directed by the WTO agreements on trade-related aspects of intellectual property rights. TRIPS. Even you're also having TRIMS also. So try to remember this. It was decided and also stated under Article 1, Clause 2 and 10 of the Paris Convention that the protection of industrial property and geographical indication are elements of intellectual property. Yes. If one person's intellectual property is not honored, automatically what happens? The other person will not strive to have the innovations because there are no rewards. Then why we have to hard work? It is primarily an agricultural, natural, or a manufactured product. Handicrafts and industrial goods. Validity. This tag is valid for a period of 10 years, following which it can be renewed. Like trademark. Trademark is also renewed for 10 years. Now, significance. Once the product gets this tag, any person or company cannot sell a similar item under that name. GI registration of a product provides it legal protection and prevention against unauthorized use by others. GI tag helps in promoting the exports of the product. It also provides comfort to customers about the authenticity of the product. Yes, without hesitation, you can purchase that. Yeah, GI tag, Makhana of that Bihar, we shall purchase and consume. That's all. GI registration, there is a proper process of registration of GI products, which includes filing of application. Of course, it is all the official things, and we are not interested in that. Now, GI tag product, some famous goods which carry this tag include basmati rice. Basmati rice, and basmati rice compared to ordinary rice, it is good for health, it seems. And Darjeeling tea and Chanderi fabric. Rajasthan, if I am not wrong, Chanderi. Mysore silk, Kullu shal, Kangra tea, Tanjavur paintings, Allahabad surka, Farrukhabad prints, Lucknow Jardozi, Kashmiri saffron, and Kashmiri walnut wood carving. So there are a number of things. Okay, what do we need to know about Mithila Makhana? Mithila Makhana or Makhan, botanical name, Urail Ferox salis. I am unable to spell that. Is a special variety of aquatic foxnut cultivated in Mithila region of Bihar and Nepal. Makhana is one of the 3 prestigious cultural identities of Mithila. One is pan. You know pan, betel leaves. Actually, pan, consuming pan twice is good for health. It is not a bad idea. If I tell you to consume, then what you will do? You will consume for 10 times. Now, other day, your tongue will get spoiled. Okay? Pan, makan, and much means fish are three prestigious cultural identity of Mithila. It is also very famous in Kajogara festival of Maithil Brahmin celebrated for newly married couples. Okay? Makana contains protein and fiber along with micronutrients like calcium, magnesium, iron, and phosphorus. What other products? Yes, you may get questions from other products of the Bihar which are having GI tags. GI tagging of products in Bihar has helped in brand building, creating local employment, creating a regional brand, generating spin-off effects in tourism, and preserving traditional knowledge and traditional culture. See, traditional knowledge. So, if I am not wrong, earlier in UPSC, one question came from traditional knowledge of tribal people. If I am not wrong, subject to correction, because I encountered so this question. Definitely, it was asked in the examination. Traditional knowledge of tribal people. You try to remind me in the evening. Okay? Yes. And traditional cultural expressions and conserving biodiversity. Many products from Bihar have been granted GI tag, such as Bagalpuri Jardalu mango, Katarni rice, and Magahi beetle pan, Shahi lichi, Chilavo kaja, Madhubani painting. It is very, very famous. Madhubani painting, you try to remember. Very, very famous. Pipli work. This painting we have discussed in the culture for UPSC students. Even I showed you several paintings. Pipli work. In June 2022, the Geographic Indication Registry in Chennai accepted the initial proposal for conferring the GI tag to Nalanda's Bhavan Booty Sari, Gaya's Patharkatti Stone Carved, and Hajipur's Chinia variety of banana. There have also been proposed for providing GI tag to three sweet delicacies of Bihar, kurma, tilkut, and balushai. Actually, of course, balushai, if the person is doing well, means it will be excellent. Balushai. I like it. Okay. Thank you. Meet for this class next week. Thanks a lot.